Good morning. Today we will talk about command in TreeShade, but as an introduction, we are talking about software called TreeShade. You can install this software totally free as a local server for content management and dynamic website hosting, and as an extension for Adobe Creative Cloud, especially Adobe InDesign and Adobe Bridge. You can install from exchange.adobe.com. Write exchange.adobe.com, Adobe Exchange website, and from Creative Cloud search for TreeShade. It's totally free, and also you can install Adobe Bridge free without subscription. You need just to make an account, Adobe account, and install Adobe Bridge. Adobe Bridge is essentially for file browsing and asset management, but TreeShade installed in Adobe Bridge as basic software for content management. After installing TreeShade, restart Adobe Bridge. TreeShade will ask you to create a root folder for your project. I have here this folder, TRST, in the partition. TreeShade will create automatically a workshop folder, and inside this folder put your project files and edit them. There are parallel folders beside workshop. These are for output, like pages for InDesign document pages, and final PDF for storing the auto-exported PDF files, and versions. You can make versions for every file, and this paralleled location, like here. We will not talk about versions today, but like here, this file, text, if we go to versions, we will not see any version for this file, but you can right click on the file and select check in as final, no. Now if you go to versions, you will find that you have ver01 text.txt. So you have this prefix to indicate the version number. You can create a new version, right click and select create new version, put under editing, no, to check in as final version, not final version, as finished editing what we call that. Every version have two states, under editing or checked in version, but it's not necessary to be the final version or the current version. The current version may be final, may be proof. Like here we have two versions, ver 01 and ver 02, and the current one is 02. If we want to reverse back to the first version, just double click the old version and TreeShade will TreeShade supposed to ask you to check out this version, so the editing copy will be replaced by this. But I think there's a bug here. Okay, anyway, today we will talk about change command. Let's create a new folder, testing. Okay, inside testing, let's put some image. Okay, now we have image. I can select the files and choose change command to change the names. Like here, I see that the first two words describe the files, but the rest I don't want. So just I want the first word and the second. So I can right click, select change, and write dot slash the current the parent folder of the file, then file name. Then I can add command to replace the name of the file as regex expression. You can find here instructions here. This for replacing the path, and this for replacing the file name. rn from to rename replace name, R for replace, N for name, or replace the file name, and here RP for replace the path, replace path, replace name, then slash, then from. I want to select the first word, then dash, I skipped the dash here, then the second word, I want to replace the file name from start to end, so I can write here dot plus to replace the whole name. Let's try now. Okay. Where are the files? didn't work, I don't know why. Let's try again. I think I need to change the command to show you the change before submitting them, to confirm the change before. Let's choose the command change. I can add confirm each, so each file confirm before change, so I can submit or cancel. Let's review the replace name. I want the first two words, so why, let's write here from A to Z, lowercase, instead of W. I'm not sure if W here. Okay. Here let's add this to search from start. So I want this to be at start. Remove this. Okay. Why not to make this as a group? And the second also as a group. Okay, here the first word and here the second word, and here dot plus the whole name. No, I want here $1, the first group, space $2. Okay, that's it. Let's click OK. Okay, now what we see here, I see that jacket so fat. It's worked here, the first word, then space the second word, but here the remains Y T 5F subdash to TBD. Cancel. Skip to next file. No. Let's try again. Change. Continue changing. That was previously stopped. No. Okay. Now what the problem here? Replace name. problem here that we searched for the first and second word and replaced them with the same word with a space. But we don't ask to change the whole name. So I need to add here, after the first word and the second word, I need to write dot plus for the rest of the file to replace the whole file name with the first group space second group. Okay, now it's worked. Okay. Good. Now I have the file names with two words, the first and the second. Suppose I want to add the word photo as a prefix for all these files. I can right click again, select change, and now I want no need for replace name, regex expression, just right here photo, then the file name, and here confirm each. You can confirm each change or you change immediately. Let's remove. Okay, see, we add photo and the description of the file. Okay, that's it. Of course, change have many features, many other features, and I welcome anyone to join me on one-on-one sessions to explore change and how we can use it. Let's see in quick. When you copy a file, there is a relation between the old file and the new file called previous file for the parent and original for the first file in the copying chain. And here you can use these commands to overwrite the previous file or to overwrite original file. You can pick files before applying change so the change command applied on picked files, not selected ones. Here variables you can use, like here for the root of TreeShade path, but I'm not sure if the root including workshop folder or not. Here the parent folder, the path of parent file, the path of parent folder, file parent folder path, add dots for parent of parent. So you can add 2 dots, so the file will be moved one step back. If you add a means the current folder, not the parent folder of the file, because if you make a search and selected the files from different folders. Each file have a different parent folder. So you need here to distinguish what you want. You want to make the change to the current folder, the browsed folder in the content panel, or change to the parent folder of each file that listed in the search. So here is to learn distinguish between the current folder and the parent folder. Here means the parent name, the parent folder name, not path, the parent folder name. Like what? Let's suppose we want the parent folder name to be added as prefix for these files instead of the word photo. So let's select change, select the files and change. And now we don't want photo. So we need to make a replace name. But at first, I want each file to be in the same parent folder. But here, I need to add the parent folder name, space, then file name. But I need to replace the file name. Replace name. You can write capital letters or small letters. It's insensitive. And now we want to change the word photo with nothing, so don't write anything here. Let's add confirm edge to be sure of the result. See here, inside the folder test2, we have now test2, the parent folder name as prefix. But why here we have two space? So let's cancel. Skip to next file. No. Change again. Continue. No. We don't want to continue in the previously stopped command. And why we have two spaces? Let's remove the space here. Try again. Okay, it's solved. We have now one space, but why? I don't know. Why there are two spaces? I don't know. Write in the comment if you know exactly what happened here. And let's click OK. Okay. I need to add the button to change all. When you enter in the confirming state, if we add the new button, change all, that would be a cool addition. Okay. Okay, that's it. Let's continue change. What we have also in change. Absolute file path portion without TreeShade root folder. There, I think it's relative path, not absolute path. The relative path within TreeShade root folder. Absolute file path separated by dots. So here we change the relative path to string, and instead of slash between the folders we will have dots because we write here dot, but if we write space it will be changed. Let's try on a single file. So let's select a file, change dot slash okay, this absolute file path AP. I can write capital letters or small letters. Here I need to add space instead of dot. Let's see what will happen. And let's add also the file name. And let's add confirm each to see what the result is. This is wrong. I have here I think this variable is not well. There is a bug here. Okay, cancel. So I need to fix this variable or remove from the list. Okay. I'm not sure. Let's write capital letters AP, and also let's write dot. The same problem. FD, file display. File display portion is the text within the square bracket at the end of the file name. It's used in the online form for the end user to fill the information. So I can put inside a square bracket at the end of the file name a displaying text for the file name. Here fn file name, we use this fn dot file name separated by dots to path portion. I forget what does that mean. Okay, file name suffix after the square bracket. T to be selected folder path. What does that mean? I can write T and then file name without dot slash. Just write T, add file name. Then TreeShade will ask you to select a folder before executing the command, and that folder will be replaced by this. So this here I can click OK. Then now I can create a folder or select a folder for the file. Like here inside this two. Now the file moved here. These folders that start with .TreeShade is for TreeShade metadata. Don't delete these folders. This folder is supposed to be hidden in Mac, but here in Windows I don't know how to hide. Okay, let's move back this file. Change. How to move back? Just write $/fn. When a folder is empty, TreeShade automatically deleted it. So now subtest deleted the folder. Okay, let's continue. D for duplicating. So I can duplicate a file, many copies. Like here, I can write D 4. So now I will have 4 copies of the file. But and you can write this command any place in the phrase, because it's not context relative. So you can write here any place. Okay, let's try. Okay. It's duplicated backward because I keep these 2 dots instead of 1. So the duplicating happens here. See? And when you duplicate, TreeShade automatically increase the number here, or produce random prefix. If we have here ID, capital letters and digit, it will be increased. If you want to remove a file, use the TreeShade command, move to trash. If you want to trash a file, use this command, move to trash. Cancel moving to trash, no. So TreeShade scan and trace the change to the file and update the relations, because here every file have relations with others in copying chain and in placing. If you place a file in design document, there is a relation between the InDesign and the placed file. And any file you move to trash, it go here to the barrel location trash. So the same relative path but different route. Instead of workshop, we have here trash. So if you go to any folder and want to see the trashed files, just click here trash and you will get there. You can just copy and paste again here if you want. If you change a file name, the change automatically reflected to all output locations, pages, versions, final PDF, and versions PDFs, except trash. Trash is static, not related. But the other barrel locations affected by any change here. If you rename a file, if you move from place to place. Like here, if we go to versions, no, not this. Okay, anywhere, anyway. Okay, now we have flags or parameters that determine the behavior of conflicting. If you write CO, when conflict, overwrite target without any comparing action. COO, when conflict, overwrite target if it's older, just if it's older, overwrite. But if it's not older, cancel, skip. Here, when conflict, cancel. If there is a file with the same name, just cancel the action for the file, not for the whole list. CCS, when conflict, cancel except shade files. Shade files, here we have in TreeShade a concept of, I call this software TreeShade because it has the ability to store the whole structure of files in small hard disk, small capacity, by making shade of a file, which is a small text file with the same extension, with the same file name, act like actual file, just a placeholder with a small thumbnail, if there is a thumbnail. So the shade file here, if the destination have a shade file, cancel. No, cancel if there is a conflict, cancel except if the target is a shade file. If a shade file, overwrite, because we want actual file. Here CS, when conflict, solve. Here is the default. With this means to add a new name, to change the name by adding, by increasing the prefix. iterator. Bird folder, let's talk later about this. Selected folder name. Here, if you, before selecting change, if you select folders instead of files, you can include this to use the selected folder name in the new path, subpath inside the selected folder. Here the relative path to the file within the selected folder. L, what left of the path from current folder. First folder, last folder, a new folder for each file, a new folder for each selected folder, a new folder for all files. These all flags. Confirm for each, we use this. So we get confirming for each action. Here, replace name, we use this, replace name, the file name. Replace the path and replace the file extension. We can use this to replace the file extension. Use regex in from path. And here we have variables for time, date, and also random. You can use to make random capital letters, small letters, hexadecimal, large number, etc. Let's try this. Suppose we need to add ID at first instead of test2. So I can change, not instead of test2, before the file name, despite we don't want to make the command complex. So I need here one dot to keep the file in its parent folder. Add ID, then R for random, then the file name. Let's add space here. Random, I can add underscore, then I can add capital letters, and here the links. Let's say 10 characters. Okay. See, now I have ID, 10 capital letters, then space, then. Let's make what we have, random style long. This is the formula. You can write random or you can write R. All these syntax, you can write the whole syntax or you can write the first letters. Like here for day minutes, you can write DM. For day hours, you can write DH. For day order, DO, like that. Time decimal random. H small hexadecimal, H capital H, large hexadecimal, and 1 for numbers. So let's write H. Okay. Where is the file? this ID. Okay, that's it. Thank you for not watching today, and goodbye.